Let's see how many people we got going here. Haha. Welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast.
The only PCP that always puts love into the air.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. Oh, hey, no, we figured it out.
We figured it out.
This is not the worst technical issues that we've ever had with this, but
That's
you know
true.
what? We got it figured out, and it's gone forever, and we don't have to think about it ever again.
Exactly. Yeah. This is our take 2 for our tier list idea. This was an idea that I came up with to celebrate Valentine's Day, was to just kind of rank all of the Power Ranger romances.
And it's really, really cool. I like this idea a whole lot.
I made a couple of ground rules for these.
Okay.
The one being is that it has to be like in a relationship. They can't be just like a one and done thing.
Right.
Because there would just be way too many for those. And I also decided to leave out parents' relationships, with the exception of one couple that we'll get to when we reach that point.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm looking at the list, and I'll go ahead and read it off to you since I can see it. We've got 5 tiers that we're putting up today for what the good and the bad of Power Rangers relationships in honor of St. Valentine's Day. We've got Ranger relationship goals, like the best of the Power Rangers relationships. And you're going to have to probably jump in on these.
No, absolutely. I have the wiki loaded up. It's fine.
No. I meant what the categories mean.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If I get it wrong, be there to correct me.
I got you.
Know what I mean?
I got you.
But bad romance, this one I might get wrong, but it sounds to me like the best of the Power Rangers villain relationships.
Yes. That is what that is.
All right. Yeah. Cool. And so both good and both like probably different in their own way. I can see a couple of these going into like bad romance territory for the Rangers, and there are 1 or 2 that I think are cheating, and I will get to them. But the next one that we have is the midpoint, the Forgotten Flames, the ones that you don't remember because we didn't remember probably. Of course, now
there's a lot of them that we don't remember. Yeah, we'll have to see. But let me go ahead and bring in our list. Actually, hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we can get this bad boy rolling.
You don't want to do it from just the images that we have, just in order.
What do you mean? Well, no. I'm just saying, like, I need to add your screen on here.
Oh. Okay, cool.
So now we can.
Well, I didn't get down to the bad ones yet.
Well, I mean, you can keep going.
Oh yeah, we got pitiful power pairings, which are just bad Ranger relationships, and they do have them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Toxic attractions, same thing, but for the villains, the bad ones for the bad guys. And these ones, I think these ones are probably going to get pretty deep.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for sure.
Woo. Okay, so the first one we have up for grabs is Jason and some blonde chick that I don't remember.
It's Jason and Emily.
Emily?
It's Emily. I know we have another Emily that's terrible, but this is the one that he goes. This is the one that he leaves the Power Rangers to be with at the end of Zeo.
It's bad, but you remember Emily from Samurai.
That's true. I do remember Emily from Samurai, because she's a Ranger though. But you don't remember this at all? I mean, I realize that like Zeo is a very forgettable series,
dude. I have,
but like you don't remember. Idea. Like this is the thing this is how we write Jason off again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That he wants to be like he literally quits the Rangers so he can be with this blonde woman. Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, no, dude, it's fine.
But no, I don't remember that at all. And because Zeo is such a forgettable season, that's probably why
you can put on Forgotten Flames. Fair
enough, absolutely. I had no idea what this was about. I'm so glad we opened with this.
No, I will say, like, I didn't think I should add her because I couldn't remember her name, and then like while I was going through the wiki, I was like, oh shit. So she is a bit of a late addition, like when I was kind of compiling all these images together. So I mean that's fine. We can put her in Forgotten Flames if you want.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
it's not a particularly bad relationship. It's just not strong. Like
Oh yeah.
I was trying to refrain from like the ending show romances for characters because we do that a lot of the time. Because I didn't think that like particularly the way that Jack is written off in SPD was really warranted. So I decided to just ignore that. But for Jason, I decided to put it in, and I also decided to put it in for one other character. But we'll get there.
But you know what? You could blame me, even though you couldn't remember her name. But yeah,
No, it's fine. I
you can
didn't
put it
remember
in
her name like at
Flames if
all.
you want to. You
No,
just
that's what I was saying. I don't remember her name. I didn't remember her name, and like I was literally searching the wiki, and it was like it's Emily, and I was like, Emily and Mike, and they're like, no, it's Jason and Emily. I was like, oh, okay.
See, I don't remember that at all, dude. All
Yeah.
right, you know what? Moving on. We got what looks like Connor and some goth chick, and I don't remember
Krista.
that at all.
It's Krista.
Krista?
Sorry, Krista. Yeah, it's Krista.
Did she his prom date. Get done with the whole Hellraiser situation? Because that's what she looks like. This is the worst photo that you could have possibly ever picked.
I'm sorry. I had two. I had two of them. I had this one, and then I had the one from the prom episode, which was their final episode.
It looks like they're two different photos that are like next to each other that have been
next to each other. Yeah, together. Yeah. But that's what. Yeah, that's just bad framing on the camera for sure.
Yeah, they're standing right next to each other, and she looks like.
But no, this is the woman that like made him stop seeing girls as objects or whatever. That was his plot line. You remember that?
No, not at all.
You remember? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But that's what she looks like. She looks like she just had a battle with some Cenobites. It's horrible. She looks like she's gonna go home and learn how to tie a noose. This is the worst.
Oh my god!
Sword. Wow. Like, if it's not going into Forgotten, it's going into Pitiful because that's bad.
No, it's not. It's not. Just the picture. That's unfair. That's totally unfair. I will say I also forgot her name. I will say I also forgot her name, but I remembered her character, so it's fine. There's a lot of these that like it's Ranger and ex-partner that I don't remember the name of.
You suck.
So I know it's fine. It's fine.
Coming up. This is probably going to be the first bad one. Is Mike and Emily?
First bad one. It's so poorly put together because it's like I think it's like second to last episode that Mike even shows interest or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's a very bizarre how they decide to handle it.
Yeah, it's one thing, and then like say what you will about Jake and Gia, they had episodes where there were moments like. The other day when we finished Dino Fury, by the way, we'll talk about that later, but we were just flipped on a random Power Rangers episode, and it was a random episode of Megaforce. I can't remember what it was called. It was something about nightmares. And it was
it was not nightmares, really, it was like, dreams.
Oh yeah, the Dream Eater or some such. Nightmares was Dino Fury, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I get for watching them back to back. But they at least they had a moment, and it was actually a really good moment. Where
there were several moments, like
I get that like all of them are there, but like it makes sense for all of them to be there, but they're next to each other.
Yeah, we at least got like the beginnings of something. Like Mike and Emily feels very tacked on.
Oh yeah,
to the point where it barely makes an impact, and that's why it kind of lands in Pitiful for us.
It makes me angry to think about. This one we might actually have to talk about for a minute because I don't know how we should rank Ravi and Roxy. I know that the resolution was stupid.
Yeah.
Particularly you really hated the way that story ended. But for me, there's so much good stuff, especially like around the mid-season and like the changeover stuff because we had to get to Super Morphers. That's what I'm gonna call them, the Super Morphers. That's awesome.
No, I'll agree that it's a stronger pairing for sure. I think. it's all like based on execution. Of course, my big issue is how Robo Rocks is taken out at the end.
Yeah,
but I think as a couple, they're pretty good together.
That's the thing, right? Like the
I
chemistry's there. They're
I
both
wish they
really
could
good
have
and play off each
gone.
other really well.
I
That
wish they
might
could have
just be
gone a
her.
little bit deeper into the we can't be Rangers and have a romance together angle. But I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we got that later with other characters. So I mean, we
Yeah,
can
with
we can
characters
put
we'll
it
talk about.
we can put it up to the
You want to
top
put
if
it
you
up?
want.
All right, I'm
If you
down to
if you
put
want,
Rocky and
if you want,
Roxy up.
like I don't feel right putting it in the same category as Mike and Emily for sure.
No. They're
That's kind
better
of where
than that.
I'm at.
And they
Yeah,
deserve better than that. I'm gonna move it. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
yeah,
My
just a little bit. So yeah,
computer screen is too small. That's okay. We
it's
did
okay.
it. All of us. All right. So next we have what looks to be Cassidy and Dustin.
It's Mara and Dustin.
Oh, it's Mara and Dustin. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was
it's
real
the other one.
confused.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
And you
It's
know
okay.
what? She's definitely the best part of the show. And
Really,
so
you
is
think so?
he's the best of the Rangers, and she's the best part of the show. Because as
Oh,
cool as
okay.
the Thunder Rangers and also the Samurai Rangers are in the show, that's only for about 20 minutes a piece, and then they do nothing. And what they do is stupid, including fall for Mara and Capri's stupid Red Riding Hood act is the
Oh
stupidest
yeah,
thing
yeah.
in the absolute world. But
Again, just we're
that
gonna
said,
maintain focus so that you can't go on a rant about Ninja Storm
yeah, I'm
again.
sorry. All of that said, and that's the only thing that's going to be said
Yeah.
about that. I
Uh-huh.
don't remember this a whole lot. Granted, I'm due for a rewatch of Ninja Storm, which I got through Dino Fury in a couple of days, and I have watched 2 episodes of Ninja Storm. I hate this show. Anyway,
I think for
oh,
Mara
that's
and
not true. I think I'm
Dustin,
on episode 4.
that is one of those that's like in a long line of episodes of like villain character tries to like date the hero and then it's like a whole thing.
Right.
Did you ever really care about me, or
A
was it
ploy.
all a lie?
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and it's like, oh well, we actually do care. So
Yeah. So
so
what do
where do
you
you want to
think?
put it?
That's my question. Like, I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I
Yeah,
don't think because they are the best parts of their respective roles in the show. I'm tempted to put it up if you want to.
I mean that's totally your call. You're watching the show right now.
I know, and I hate it. That's not fair. That's the problem.
I'm I'm
I'll
giving it to
try.
you, man.
We're okay. We're gonna put it in the for now. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna put it actually in relationship goals because it's
We can we can
it's the
we
most.
can we can put it in Bad Romance if you want. I mean, she is a villain.
Oh, she is a villain. You know what?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the good crossover point, I think, for us.
yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
good. That's great. Okay, cool. All right, we haven't actually had any bad villains yet, so this is gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
The
Okay.
next one, man, you want to talk about not remembering absolutely anything about this? Taizan has a
Taizan
girlfriend.
and Vela. You know, it was a thing that they again just tacked on right at
Hold
the
on.
end.
Time out. Could you remember her name?
No, I couldn't. I
Okay,
couldn't.
cool. Just gonna get that out of the way
Literally
real quick.
I literally could. I knew that she existed because that whole thing with Norg pissed me off.
Okay.
Like he rescued her for Taizan, and it was like a whole thing. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to their relationship, like as a couple. So
Right.
I mean, you can either put it in Forgotten or for Pitiful if you want.
Uh See, that's the thing. I really only want to give it forgotten because I don't remember if it's bad. I just don't remember it. Period.
Yeah.
And part of it is the fact that Ninja Steel is so bad that my expectations, like my standards for
Are so
Power Rangers,
low.
have fallen so far from what they were before that show.
Yeah.
That's going to come up when we talk about Dino Fury. But so yeah, I'm going to give it actually to the Forgotten Flames.
Oh, fair enough. This one might also be forgotten for you.
Actually, no, I can't remember her name either. but I
Are you?
also
Are
can't
you?
remember his name.
You can't remember Danny Delgado?
Danny. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, Carlos. No, that's a different one.
That's a different Latino
When
guy.
I saw it,
It's
yeah. When I saw it, I had no idea. But I remember this being the most interesting part of that character.
yeah, for sure. Outside of the never give up stuff, this was like a
Outside of
big
the never,
aspect of it.
but that's the thing. Those are the
Her,
only things he had.
yeah, her name is
So,
Kendall, by the way. If you ever want to get
oh
confused,
my
as we
god,
used
we got
another ranger
we
name that we got to use later.
so great, cool.
Yeah,
This isn't gonna get confusing, but
yeah,
I still think it's pretty good. All in all, I would
sure,
why
yeah.
I would call this better probably than the other relationship in this season. The Wild
It's
Horse.
cute for sure. I like the whole
It's
thing with like
cute,
the wedding
right?
dress and things like that. So yeah, no, I
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we can rank it pretty high.
I'm down to give it 2 relationship goals for this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Get
we did it.
sweet. The next one, there's absolutely no question. Like SPD is one of the best shows of Power Rangers of all time. Like top 5, absolutely. Especially with Kruger, like that dude he looks like Batman in the
Yeah,
suit. That's exactly what Batman would look like if he were a Power Ranger.
yeah.
So obviously, then is going to go into Forgotten Flames because I don't remember this at all, dude.
Really? You don't
I
remember
have
his wife,
I
Isinia? It's a whole thing.
I don't remember that. I can't.
Oh, dude.
I'm
It's
way
like his
overdue for.
primary motivation.
I'm way overdue for an SPD rewatch as well. But at least with
Ah,
like uh Dustin and Mara, like I know those ones. I
yeah, yeah.
remember those cats.
I will say that Kruger has
But
more chemistry with Kat, so
yeah.
I can kind of allow this because again, like the Taizan thing, there's just not enough for their relationship outside of he's the person, this is the princess I need to rescue from the tower. So,
Yeah, but like I say, SPD is a good show, so I don't want to discredit it just because I don't remember a whole
yeah.
lot about that relationship. So if you want to put it higher, I will not fight you on it.
I think the trouble is that Kruger's such a strong character that he
Yeah.
might actually carry it farther for me.
Oh, okay. That's
Even though I
fine.
agree with you that it's not particularly as like a relationship like a strong thing, but he as a
Right.
character is so good, and like John Tui's performance is also so good. So like, eh, we can leave it a forgotten for right now.
Oh,
If we get
really?
pushed back in the comments, we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens. Okay. Speaking of see what happens, I don't remember this at all. What is
Oh yeah.
when did Emma and Troy have a romance?
So this is based on the wiki. According to Christina Masterson, during some kind of interview, I think she did at one of the conventions,
Who played
that she
Emma
had
for anybody
said,
who doesn't know? Good.
right. She had mentioned that like there was an aspect of her character that she wanted to explore, that she had a crush on Troy, and the writers just wouldn't go for it.
It doesn't
Uh,
count then.
I think it did. I thought it was
That
enough to count. Because like Emma's an interesting case because I think that like you can pair her with a bunch of other characters, but
it's an extreme disadvantage because it doesn't actually exist.
fair enough.
Like
We can put it
I almost want to put it in Toxic Attractions because everybody
because it's
fought
that
her on
bad.
it. No, because
Oh,
it's not necessarily that it's bad, it's that she got so much pushback and it's not there. Like why bring it up?
that okay. We can put it in toxic if you want.
I'm sorry. I feel like we're gonna do that a
That's
lot
cool.
because I also don't remember Kendrick's and Leo
Well,
having a
again,
romance.
this is more of like a behind the scenes thing. Like they were literally going to write a romance for Kendricks and Leo, but because
Oh,
Valerie Vernon had to leave the show for cancer treatment, they had to cut it
ooh,
short. Yeah,
okay. See, that
yeah,
pushes it up at least a little bit. Like they had a reason that
yeah,
they didn't do it. They weren't just like, no, that's dumb. every time she
Right.
asks.
Yeah.
Like,
We're not doing that. Go
right.
home.
Like,
Yeah. No. No. This is a thing that they wanted to do that they set up, and
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. See, I'm almost tempted to put it in Forgotten for that reason. Man,
Oh,
Forgotten Flames is going to be oversaturated at this point.
I think
We may
so.
have to
Maybe
throw
maybe
some of
maybe
these.
we should put Kruger up there then. We should move Kruger up
Yeah.
if that's
You
going to
want to
be the
move?
case.
We'll put him up top because I do think you're
Yeah.
right. I think he's a well-written enough character that it
So
kind
Red
of carries
Jack
the relationship.
Videos is asking, are we going to confirm
Oh,
couples or just pairings? We're primarily going based on what the show does. So if there's
right.
like a crush
The show gives
thing
us.
that the show like has, or there's just some kind of behind the scenes thing, this is
Right.
not based on like fan pairings or things like that. Because again, it would just be way too long because we've already got like 50 plus couples.
But
So
we've already
we're
had
primarily going. But we're
61.
primarily going off what's on the show.
Yeah, whatever the show gives us, that's what we're going for. That's why Emma and Troy got just the lowest of the low because man, I
That's
don't.
fair.
There
Yeah,
was so much.
had
Whereas,
she not said that, I wouldn't have counted it. But because she wanted to do it, and it was like a thing that the writers just weren't going to give her because I guess they wanted to focus on Jake and Gia? Question mark.
I don't
That
know.
that's probably what it was because there was like an outset of like Jake and Gia. Maybe she felt that like, well, I should get a romance too.
Maybe,
So
I
maybe
mean,
that's what it was.
maybe she thought it was like just like a Pink Ranger thing, like
May
because it happened
that's very true because pink and red
with
are often paired
Kimberly, and
together.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It happens a lot with the Pink
Yeah,
Ranger, especially. So I can see her like not being super happy about that, but
yeah,
um, for Kendricks and Leo, man,
yeah,
that one's tough because neither of them were the problem. Like I think
yeah.
everybody was on
I
board with this idea. Had they not had the
yeah,
whole thing with cancer, like that's why I'm tempted to put it in Forgotten Flames because it did
yeah,
ultimately get forgotten and left in the dust. But like it could also
yeah.
go
It
up.
didn't.
I'm also really tempted
I
to put it in Bad Romance because she fought the ultimate villain in Cancer,
I yeah. That's kind of That's a good point for
and
sure.
she won.
I'm good with either one, honestly. So wherever you want to put
Oh,
it
come on. No, no,
is
no. I
totally
have to
your fun.
defer this one to you because this is one of your garbage they won't
Weird
say. Yeah,
ones.
we're
Yeah,
not gonna
we
confirm
can.
anything. By the way, Emma
No,
and Troy.
no. Well, I mean, just based on what we do later.
This episode's
So
gonna be a
I
lot
think I
longer.
think I think you're right though. We should put in Forgotten just because like it's
It
such
never
a
happened.
thing for the way that the show is put together that like we didn't lose anything by not having that.
That's true. Yeah. And I mean it was cool getting to see Astronema in the pink suit. That was
Yeah,
fun. Anyway,
for sure.
moving on.
Always
We
is.
got Cassidy and Devin, yeah? Not
Yeah,
Dustin.
yeah,
And
yeah,
not Dustin.
yeah.
Devin.
Cassidy and Devin. This
Who
one I put in because of the whole Devin has a crush thing that they
yeah.
did,
Yeah.
and that he was her prom date in the last episode, obviously. So
Right. And that's the thing is
where do you
like
want to put this
I
one?
remember that for
Yeah,
Dino Thunder.
it's like a big
That's
thing. They were like dynamic characters or whatever.
yeah. And being the comic relief duo and being really one of our only male female like cross sexual duos, they handled it, I think, pretty surprisingly well. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember her name. The chick who plays Cassidy and also Mara and Dino Thunder for everybody or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
uh she's really good. She's really
I
good
mean,
with the material.
it's right there
And
on the image if you want to look at
there
it.
I can't see it. It's too small. What you see is what I see. You can look it up, but whatever. Anyway,
That is
blame it
true.
all on
Cassidy
me.
and Devin are two of the better Bulk and Skull clones. I agree with
It's
that.
true. It's true. So I'm kind of tempted to put it in relationship goals.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
think so
even though
too.
they're not Rangers, should they go to Bad Romance for that reason?
I don't think so. I mean, I think
No,
I think you can rank him pretty high.
I
Because
can rank him
there was
fairly
that
high.
thing about like Devin. They did have plans to make Devin a ranger before they found out that Triassic was like a power up.
Okay,
So
and you
we
know
can
what? They're like I said, they're really good. They play off each other super well.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Often they're
I
yeah. It's
I
great
like
stuff.
them. I remember them a lot more than I remember at Connor.
A
You
lot
know
of
what I'm
these,
saying?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And there will be a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be others, but oh man, this one's gonna get heavy. This episode's
Yep,
gonna
yep.
be a lot longer than I anticipated it was gonna be.
Yeah,
We
it is,
have
dude. I know we're trying to get through it, but
Jen and Alex,
yeah.
and is this the only time that they come up in this list?
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. So we're going
What
with
do you mean
Wes
by that?
because he dies, and then when they change
Yeah.
the time from the timeline, he comes
He
back.
comes back and he's an asshole. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So it's two different types of relationships, I think.
Yeah.
But since we don't have another photo of that, Nick, we're gonna go ahead and just rank them as a whole character, I guess. And you know what?
Yeah. So what do you think?
Their romance, their relationship, I should say, because it's not just a romance. This isn't a will they, won't
Hmm.
they. They're an established relationship that's trying to take
They're
the
gonna get
next step
married. Yeah, it's a
in.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're really and the font and Aaron Cahill they play off each other so well, man. Like they tell this
Yeah.
story incredibly well. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he comes back, he's such a toolbox the whole time. I don't know what the junk. I don't know what happened. Like
Yeah.
what butterfly did they kill to make him just an asshole the whole time?
Yeah. That's fair.
So
So what do you think? It's toxic?
I don't think it's toxic. Is the thing. I think it's just
Do you think?
I think it might just be a bad romance because uh,
Mm.
arguably in
He
Time
is
Force,
antagonistic for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. When he comes back, he gives them a lot of shit. So yeah, I would think probably bad romance, if
Okay.
nothing else. I would. It's hard to say because I love this show so much, and their relation, the fact that he dies, kicks off everything. Everything that
Yeah.
happens in the
It's like a whole
show
thing.
is
Like
because
her
he
drive
dies.
for
Yeah,
like vengeance comes from that. Yeah.
yeah. She swears
Absolutely. I
vengeance,
agree with you on that.
and she's gonna take it.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts. Jesus Christ.
No, I agree. I agree.
All
The
right. What do you have?
specifically the reason why he was being a bit of a jerk was because Time Force wasn't handling the Rancic fast enough. Now, I agree with that, but again, it's not.
It's annoying, is what it is.
You don't have to be rude about it. Is what I'm saying. Like
Right.
it's a whole thing.
Like
Like to show
I
the
get
difference
that's
between
his
Alex and
job,
Wes.
but
Yeah.
like they were affectionate. He was soft with her, like because that's their dynamic.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So up next, I'm sorry. We're
No, I know.
going with
I had the same reaction when I saw this picture. I was like, of course, this is going to be the
no.
fucking yeah,
No, this one I think is going to be pretty cut and dry. Shayla
yeah,
and Merrick, for anybody who can't see what's going on in the bottom. For
yeah.
Wild Force, again, a separate relationship from what's his name?
Danny.
Danny. That's right. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember again. All right.
You know, it's all right.
For Shayla and Merrick, man, it's again another situation where I think they play off each other really well when their dialogue isn't garbage.
Yeah, no, it kind of is like a lost romance kind of thing that they have.
And
It
I'll give
can
it
be cute.
points.
Admittedly, I think
Yeah.
that the thought of Merrick being like the loner guy kind of clashes with the whole couple dynamic thing.
Not when you consider that they've been to
So
war together. That's just my thing.
that's
But
fair.
I got to give it points for being unique because Shayla's the mentor for that
Yeah, we don't
season.
really do
We've
mentor
never done a
relationships
romance. Yeah,
outside of
oh yeah,
Kruger and
hold on.
Nysinia.
No. Sorry. No, there is one more that's going to come up here pretty soon. But
Yep.
yeah, for Shayla and Merrick specifically, I like their dynamic enough. I
Okay.
don't think I do think that the resolution brings it down a whole lot because Merrick does end up just leaving.
Yeah.
So
He's got to
I'm
go.
tempted.
He's got to go
I think
pal
this
around
one's
with his
going to
wolf
go,
spirit.
yeah,
Pitiful.
solving crimes
Ah.
like the Incredible Hulk.
Do,
Because
do, do, do.
it's not forgettable. I want these
Yeah.
characters to succeed, but they don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
No, that's
problem with them.
fair. That's fair.
So I think it's a pitiful power pairing. I don't think it's terrible, but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think the performances are terrible. Sorry, I don't fault the actors or the way that they do the terrible material that they're given.
That's
Which
fair.
is
Yeah, because
also the same. Which is also true for the upcoming Mia and Spike from Power
yeah,
Rangers Samurai.
Spike
Mia,
Skolovich.
yeah, Spike Skolovich, who I hated that guy when he came in. I can't remember if I talked about that when we did the ranking last week, but
I
yeah,
think you did. Yeah.
he
Well,
had me.
not when we did the ranking last week, but
I
yeah.
was absolutely in his corner when by the end of the show. So I
Yeah.
do. It's tricky because Skull and Kimberly never had an on-screen reconciliation, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, to
But
be fair, that also didn't happen in this show in Samurai for Spike
that's
and
what I'm
Mia.
saying. So I don't think it's fair to count it as a negative, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good
So
for what I have coming up later. So yeah.
because I think I think he's good, and I think again they play off each other really well. Their relationship gives his character so much depth, so much depth.
That's fair. And for that guy who his bread and butter is playing off of other people,
Yeah,
like I think it does a lot for sure.
they have an actual
Um,
conversation. And I think that brings it up a lot.
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
What?
That they like talk, and
Yeah, exactly. They have a full
it's like an
conversation
actual
about it.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think we can rank it pretty high, honestly.
I think so too. But um, I don't want to give it a. I should. I disagree. Never mind. I'm going to give it a bad romance. It's not perfect because it doesn't
Mm,
come to anything, but not a
okay.
whole negative because they have a great conversation about the whole thing. I just think it could have been handled a little bit better, especially from Mia's side.
Sure. Well, yeah,
Uh,
for sure. Like she doesn't have much of a character, honestly. So that's why I want to
that's
give
what
her
I'm
that one.
saying. Sorry. Hold on. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the thing back on the screen, and there we go. So
Okay.
I'll quit screwing with it, is the point.
Okay.
All right, cool. Next, we have the OG, the original couple, the original power
Yeah.
couple, I should say, for Power
Yeah.
Rangers. Tommy Oliver, Kimberly Hart, one on
Yeah.
one.
What do you
It's the
think?
two of them against the world.
Yeah.
Ah, it's tough. This one's tough because there is the nostalgia factor that I can't really shake. I can't unsee
Yeah.
it. I can't let it go entirely, and so it's not gonna get anything lower than a B for
No,
me.
I agree. It's a very strong relationship, and they do they use it a lot,
All of
particularly for
Mia's
like
character is pretty much lifted from the Super Sentai, which doesn't care about
interesting.
its Pink Rangers a whole lot of the time. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Back to Tommy and Kimberly. I think that their relationship benefits from being almost a period piece at this point because the
Hmm.
90s was such a different time,
Yeah,
dude. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
was the only
they
mark I have against it would be the Dear John stuff.
I that's what I was gonna say. Like I think the Dear John stuff pairs with the timing pretty well. Like
Mm.
that's an era where you could still it was the early 90s. That was an 80s motif. You could still get away with doing that, I think.
Okay.
So
So what do you think? You want to put it high up or?
oh yeah, I'm putting it at the tippy top.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I do think that Amy Jo and JDF play off each other so freaking well,
Yeah, no,
dude.
they've
Like
been
it's so
together a
good.
lot. Yeah.
Exactly. They've spent actual time together, and their relationship kind of built naturally because they had 3 seasons to build on it. And you know what? A couple of these Power Rangers are going to get too Power Rangers couples, sorry, are going to get two seasons to benefit off of each other. Hey, look, it's Calvin and Haley, the one I was trying not to say by name. Calvin and Haley are the best part.
Yeah, they
Ninja
are.
Steel. Period. I talked about it last week, probably because man, it's so organic, and they play off each other so well. I do agree that like we don't focus on it enough. It doesn't go deep enough.
Well, I appreciate the stuff that they try to do. I like that they're a couple from the beginning of the show. So it's not like a will they, won't they kind of thing, which is a thing that we always do. Instead, we kind of focus on like how relationship dynamics are affected by what's happening, which is very unique.
Their first dialogue establishes their dynamic immediately, dude.
Yeah,
Talking about, you know that your Jeep's a car and I'm your girlfriend, right? And he's like, shh, I hear you. God, it's so good. I love it.
Honestly, like it makes sense as to why this was like their relationship was the crux of the narrative for the finale.
Exactly. I agree that with you though. Like we probably should have had them split up earlier on and have them like work together. We probably didn't have the Sentai footage for that, for like to have them at odds.
Yeah, that's probably true, honestly.
But I think it would have been a cool idea to have them split up like at the end of of Ninja Steel, and then in Super Steel try to reestablish their relationship. Like they go back and forth with it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that would have been, that might have been too much for this kind of show.
It's too heavy for this show, but
it would have been too much for like a will they won't they kind of thing, like a back and forth, and like going back to an X and things like that. I don't know if it. I mean, I agree with you that they wouldn't have been able to pull it off, but I also don't know if the Dino Fury crew, if like they were in charge of something like that, I'm not sure how well it would have gone.
I don't know either, but we never have to wonder about it because for what it is, it's the most important part of Ninja Steel. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it up
top. Yeah, fair enough. I agree with that.
I have to. They're really good. They're really good together. Almost as good as Ziggy and Dr. K from RPM.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, it says something to where like the actors would actually like have a relationship together, and that's the kind of chemistry that they have on screen. Right. So I think just by default, because that happened, like
And please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, but they, I think, have since broken up. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. Ziggy and Dr. K, for what we see in the show, are really good. They're really good together. Yeah. They play off of each other really well, and it kind of makes sense that Dr. K has this like Peridot relationship with him, where she's fascinated by the fact that he's an idiot and finds joy in the simplest things.
Yeah.
So I love it. You love it. I don't know if the audience is gonna love it, but I'm pretty sure these dudes are gonna
move up to the top. Yeah,
they're going to the top. Going to the tip.
Straight to the top.
This one,
Ashley Andros.
Ashley and Andros from Power Rangers in Space. This one, yes, they divorced a pretty long time ago. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I can't remember. I just I remember hearing about it, but hey, it is what it is. Andros and Ashley have a great relationship.
Yes.
I think
very
it's
strong.
Awesome. It's super strong.
Yeah.
Is this a will they won't they thing?
I
feel like sometimes they play
it's kind of like,
but like they date kind of consistently.
It's kind of like an unspoken thing. Like they both know how much they care about each other. They have that whole thing before he goes off by himself to fight the villains in the finale.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, hold on. Let me get this out of the way while we rant.
Yeah, we're just gonna put it at the top. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I like it.
Sorry, I didn't realize how good it is until we started talking about it, and then oh yeah, never mind what I was talking about. I was gonna try to devil's advocate that nonsense, but nope. Can't be done. And now we have, oh gosh, what was her name? Sorry, I was
Celestria.
Celestria. I was watching Kakurenja and forgot her name entirely.
She's not in Kakurenja.
I know, that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
pink one.
What? No,
She's
she's
pink.
white. She's white in
No, she's
Kakurenja
not.
still. What?
No, that's not Delphine. Delphine is white.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, they have a pink one? I don't remember them having a pink one in Kakurenja.
It shows up at the end. She's got like pink energy. It's the whole thing. Like I think, actually, I think we headcanon that she's pink. That might be just our thing.
She's the pink Aquatara Ranger.
So this is a little bit of a weird one because David Yost wasn't around for this portion.
I was gonna say I gonna have to because I don't know. I don't remember that at all, dude.
Well, again, it's one of those things like this is how we write Billy off.
Yeah.
Like he stays on Aquatara so he can be with her, and that's how he leaves the show. I'm tempted, honestly, like given all of the backstage stuff and everything that David Yost went through, particularly, I'm tempted to rank it a little bit lower.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
you want to put it in the pitiful power pairings?
Yeah, because I think it's just a thing
okay.
that's like relatively tacked on. It's not particularly well handled. I just don't.
It's just
I wouldn't say like it's the worst of the worst, but I will say that we could probably
it's
just leave
just
it
a
there.
vehicle for these people to write David Yost off of the show. It's not good enough to be forgotten, but people do forget about it. Okay, I can get behind that. Ethan and the blonde.
Cassidy.
Oh, is that Cassidy?
Yeah, it's Cassidy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't tell.
Yeah,
it's too little. Hold on.
There's that whole thing about them.
Oh yeah,
dating. Yeah,
that's right. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. See, I at least somewhat in a like super vague sense remember this in the shadow of a memory in my mind. I have no context for what it is, but like again,
well for this they kind of do the the Cole and Nia thing where it's like a machine told me that I would like you.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
The Amelia thing. God.
Yeah. Well,
I can't wait to talk about Dino Fury. Anyway, I'm see this one I find less memorable than Mara and Dustin. So, but I don't think it's actually bad. I think it's just ultimately forgettable.
I think it's cute, honestly. Like I think it might be a little bit stronger than Devin and Cassidy because it's like a mutual thing.
Whoa!
Because for Devin, like, because the Devin Cassidy thing is pretty one-sided on Devin's part, and I just think I think their chemistry works a little bit better, honestly.
I think her chemistry works with everybody, though. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she is on this list. She's on this list 3 times, so I kind of agree with you on that one.
So I mean,
so what do you want to do?
I will meet you halfway and give it a B.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I do think it's ultimately forgettable, but I want them. I want the actor. I want to give the actors credit because they do make it work for what it is. Because I do sort of kind of remember it.
Yeah,
it is what it is. And now we have Cassie. I don't remember this
Cassie.
at all, dude.
It's Cassie and the Phantom Ranger. It's like a whole thing.
And the Phantom Ranger.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch Space again, man. But it's wait. How
well,
many...
no. This is a holdover from Turbo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was crushing on him pretty bad in Turbo, and then like there was that whole like farewell thing, and he knew how much she cared about him. It's a whole deal, man. Watch the show.
I've seen the show.
I know.
Times, you son of a bitch. But I'm telling you, I don't remember this at all. And yes, I'm way overdue to watch Turbo and it's but Turbo I don't
think you've ever actually watched Turbo. I think I've watched Turbo. like
Now
3
you did
times, and you watched Turbo like half of it, and then you were like, "Chasing
half the
space."
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you remember how good Jason to Space was? So where
it's
would you
very
rank
good.
this? Since I don't remember it at
I
all,
hmm.
I'll defer to your opinion.
I think well, it's because again, this is kind of the thing of like two really strong characters. The pairing doesn't actually. It's kind of like a missed opportunity kind of thing. Like they both know that
Oh,
they would
okay.
be good together, but circumstances keep pulling them apart. So like I think
Which is
it's
something that
tough
Power
for
Rangers does a
sure.
lot.
Yeah, it's tough
There
for
are
sure.
they've kind of
I
gotten away from
think
that
yeah.
in recent
I think
years.
just
We'll get
because
to it.
like we don't do that often.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to rank it pretty high, honestly, just because like Cassie as a character is so strong, and this is the one that got away kind of thing. So I mean,
sure. So what do you think?
then again, she did also date a guy in space. Not she didn't want
That's
to,
true.
but it happened. So
Yeah, yeah. She got over it,
yeah, no, I agree.
more than
So
likely.
I'm tempted to have it be a pretty high up on the list. If you want to rank it a little bit lower or put it in Forgotten, I think Forgotten's going a little bit too far, honestly. But
Okay. So where would you put it? Because I have no idea.
uh, just based on the fact that it never like gets going, maybe we can put it in Bad Romance.
Okay. I agree with you that Cassie is one of the better Pink Rangers, like top 3 for me, more than likely.
Yeah,
If I thought about it, we should do a ranking, a tier list of the best Pink Rangers. All right. Anyway,
Jen is
moving
gonna
on.
win.
Jen's number 1, but it'll be a tight top 3.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Tanya
And
and that guy,
Sean.
Sean. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sean's an asshole.
I was gonna say I don't remember Sean at
Yeah. No.
all.
Well, so he was in like multiple episodes of Zio. Again, Zio
Okay.
forgettable series.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but he was in multiple episodes, and they did date for a time. She did break up with
Wow.
him because she has self-respect. So I mean, what do you want to do with this? You want to put it in pitiful, or you want to go for toxic? I think
If
it's
you
one of
want
the
to,
lower ones, just because she was like, no.
I was gonna say if you want to throw it all the way down to toxic attractions, that's cool. I think the fact that
Yeah,
she did give him the boot kind of raises it up a little bit. She did
really.
give, I mean, yeah, what you said. She has self-respect.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
So
it,
so you want to just
I,
bring it up a little bit higher then?
mm. No, I think if you think he's an asshole, I think we should absolutely
He is an asshole.
drop him.
Like multiple examples of him being an absolute jerk, which is why I think a lot of
It's
people pair Adam and Tanya together because like you
it's
shouldn't
actually
be with him.
amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, it's actually amazing how few toxic attraction episodes we've had so far.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
So far, but we're gonna get more villain stuff apparently because we have Decker and some chick
Dayu.
Dayu. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about Dayu.
Watch the show.
I've seen you were there.
I know. What do you think about this? I put this on the list because
I
like
don't care.
They were married, and like tragedy is why they ended up the way that they are.
Yeah,
So like where would you put it's surprisingly strong for this show,
yeah.
honestly. Like Decker's one of the only things that Samurai does right.
That's what I was gonna say. Uh, all the court stuff aside, I think
So I'm tempted to say
Ricardo
it's a
being
bad
Junior.
romance, honestly.
Yeah, I'm okay with actually doing that.
Yeah.
Let's give Decker a reward for having to do Samurai,
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
to put up with that nonsense. And this one, I may be mistaken,
It's Emma and
but
Orion.
I don't. Yeah, it is. It's Emma and Orion. Did that happen?
Yeah, dude, there was a whole thing about like they needed to catch a monster that was like targeting brides.
Uh huh.
And so they like faked a wedding thing. I did this. I think it's actually a stronger pairing than
Is
her and
that what
Troy.
happened?
Yeah. And then they like chased the monster, and they had like go into several different disguises. It was a whole deal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Wasn't it the Scooby Doo thing?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
forgot that it was brides specifically, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Uh,
No, they definitely did like several different costume changes in that episode. But I think that like particularly with like the fashion statement thing and the goodbye at the end when Orion leaves Earth, I
uh-huh.
think there's enough there for there to be
I
like a ship, honestly.
All right, fine. You know what? It's not as bad as the Emma and Troy thing, so I will
Yeah.
give you pitiful pairings, even though it did take me a minute to remember what the heck you were talking about. And then we have
The
chat.
funny
The
thing
funny.
is in the Sentai they weren't married. That's for Decker and Dayu.
Oh, interesting. Okay, see, I don't think Samurai is that bad. It's not good, but
It
I
looks
don't hate that
cool.
show. Yeah.
It
Oh
looks
yeah.
cool.
Absolutely. And then we have Chad and a woman.
It's a mermaid, Marina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I only put
Good
her on the
stuff.
list because she's in the show multiple times. I don't actually think it's a strong pairing. I think we can put it in Forgotten, honestly.
I'm cool with doing that. Chad, I was gonna say, is probably my favorite ranger from Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah,
He's one of the top.
he's pretty strong.
He's one of my top Blue Rangers. We should do a Blue Ranger cheer. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's all right. We'll do it
We'll
later. It's
we'll
fine.
do it later. Forgotten Flames. Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine with doing
Yeah.
that. 100%.
Okay.
And then we have Kira. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Kira
Kieran Trent.
and Trent.
Yeah.
Uh
Not as good as Tommy and Kim.
no. And you know what? I thought about it the other day. Tommy or Dino Thunder, sorry, I needed a Green Ranger to parallel Tommy.
Uh-huh.
Like instead of making Trent white, they should have made him green. Especially since he starts out evil. Like if you want to give him the suit after,
I think it's cool that it's a white evil ranger for Tommy.
I think it's stronger if it's green. But that's not what we're here to
I
talk about.
disagree with that, but it's fine.
Irrelevant to the point of this video,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is I agree with you. It's not as good as Tommy and Kim, but it's not bad. I'll give it
Yeah.
Bad Romance.
He was
He's
a villain. It's fine.
Yeah, he was a villain. I think it counts. And now we have this one's interesting because this one we've had a lot of conversations about recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the relationship itself, but just this movie keeps coming up for some reason. The
Yeah.
2017 Power Rangers flick, which I'm probably going to watch again. Like
It's worth your time, I think. But
I
put I put Jason and Kim on here for that because in that
Yeah.
movie, it's very clear.
What's her name? The Smile 2 chick
Uh,
and Dacre Montgomery, both doing horror stuff to get more
what is her
popular.
name?
I forgot.
Naomi Scott.
Naomi
That's what her
Scott.
name
That's
is.
right. This one is kind of forgettable for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Honestly, like given how this movie was kind of forgotten, people
I
don't really
agree,
remember this being a thing. So
which
yeah,
sucks.
I'll agree with that.
But we
Yeah,
kind of have to at this point. And this one,
yeah.
oh man, this one's gonna be fun to talk about.
Yep.
Izzy and Fern,
Fern.
not
Yeah, it's
Fran.
Fern.
Yes.
Make sure you get the name right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Fran. That'll be later. But
Yeah.
Izzy and Fern, man, there were so many wrong turns that Dino Fury could have taken, especially with
I agree
Izzy.
with that.
And trust me, if you're all Power Ranger Twitter, you see them talk about this movie all the time. Oh, okay. Well, I don't
a
hate
lot of people for that movie, they're like, "Oh man, this should have been given another chance."
I agree. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I like the movie personally, but I agree it doesn't make any sense for it to be like a small town in the middle of nowhere. But moving on, not the point of the video. We can talk about it later. Izzy and Fern are awesome. They play.
I will say
There's a
After the
lot of
last
reasons.
episode that we saw for Dino Fury season 2,
Oh yeah,
I completely agree. There's a very very strong
this is a great episode.
there's a very
It's
very strong relationship. I think you got to
between,
put it at the top.
yeah, I think so too. But between like Izzy and Fern, and also Izzy and Javi, yeah, dude, that's top tier stuff. That's
Yeah,
Izzy gets so much good. We'll talk about it later.
yeah,
Next we have one that's not so strong for me is Zoe and Nate from Beast
yeah.
Morphers.
That's fun. That's a picture from their date.
Yeah, I know they actually had a date, and they got attacked
Yeah,
on said date,
yeah.
and
So what do
then
you think about this? I think that this is like a missed opportunity kind of thing. They
I think
introduced
so
this
too.
idea. It's like they're pretty cute together, but I think that like we just don't go far enough with it. There's way
Yeah,
like I think it definitely could have been better, but I don't think it's bad, honestly.
I don't think it's bad. But yeah, it's hovering between forgettable and bad romance for me
Yeah.
because
I would say
these
I
characters.
would put it on I would put it on bad romance just because like
Okay, I do like these characters and these actors well
yeah.
enough to give that consent to concede that point. Totally, absolutely. And I think if we're not doing Ranger parents, we shouldn't be allowed to do villain parents. We got the
Well
Cog
no, they're
Empire.
married though. They're married villain
That's right.
couple.
Yeah,
King
I
Mondo,
know.
Queen Machina,
But
Forgotten
they have a
Pairings, it's
kid.
fine.
Yeah.
I know
Forg-
that. Forgotten.
Forgotten.
Well, I mean, look, Zed and Rita also have a kid, but again, Forgotten Pairings. It's fine. We don't have to talk about Zio. It's okay. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that strong.
Oh, hey, it's no. Those are two different categories you gave me. Try it again.
Forgotten.
Forgotten Flames. Okay.
Yeah.
Pitiful power pairings is a different thing, Nick. But yeah,
I know.
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
think it's
fair.
bad.
I was gonna
It's
say I
just
don't think it's fair.
bleh.
I'll give
It
them
just
bad romance.
exists.
Yeah.
Really. It just
Because they're
exists, though.
yeah, but they stay the same. It doesn't get bad. It doesn't get worse. It doesn't get better. It is like what you said. But I remember them. I remember their
Do
dynamic.
you remember them? Do you remember Queen Machina's name before I said it?
No, no. But I'm saying I remember their dynamic.
Nah,
They
fair
didn't
enough. Fair
have
enough.
they didn't have the like married with children sitcom dynamic that Sledge and some other of the characters
Yeah.
had. So,
That's
but
fair. That's fair. It's not that. But yeah,
it's not
I'll agree with that
forgettable.
for sure.
So I think we'll give
I'll agree
them.
with that. We'll
I'll
give
give
it the
them
slight
a
edge
pass.
on that.
What we're not going to give a pass is Divatox and
And Melgor.
Malador.
I swear to God, I could not find an image with both of them.
No, I don't think it exists because he's this
Yeah.
giant huge space creature.
I think it's absolutely toxic because she just wants to marry him for like the power, and
Right.
it doesn't end up working out. So like there's not like
No,
a romance there. There's no kind of feelings, anything. It's just like a monster. It's fine.
it makes me angry. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So there's not really a whole lot to say about that. Kind of like how there's nothing to say about Kevin and Mia. What the junk?
Yeah.
What's going on
I
here?
put this one on here because this is another one according to the wiki that Mia has a
Uh,
crush on Kevin and Devin, or sorry, Jaden, and I think that with Kevin and Mia constantly being paired off, I think there's enough.
oh, you think so?
Yeah, there's that whole thing about like you can eat my cooking. It's bad cooking, but I'm not going to tell you that. It's not that strong, so I mean we can put it at forgotten or pitiful if you
I'm
want
I'm
with Mike and Emily.
I'm just gonna put it in forgotten because I don't think it's bad because I don't remember it. Mia's relationship with
Hmm.
Samurai was with Spike. We talked about it already.
No, I know we talked about it and it was like a big thing, but like I think there's enough for her and Kevin, honestly. But yeah.
Here's one that I think probably should have come up 3 times in this list. Wes and Jen this time
Wes and
around.
Jen, yeah.
Circling back to Time Force.
It is the second part
Yeah.
of the core of the show, and
Yes.
it's
I love
arguably
it.
stronger
I love it.
than Wes and Alex than Jen
I
and
love
Alex.
I love everything about it.
I think everyone does. Like the
Yeah,
moment where they say goodbye to each other is so fucking bittersweet.
man. Uh,
What's
wait,
up?
where did we put? Oh yeah, okay. So we gave Alex and Jen the bad romance. I'm just gonna put all the way, all the way, all the way. Oh, sorry. God,
Are you okay? Still.
I'm sorry. I'm making it work. All right, because I do think that their relationship drives the second arc, like the way you said.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And then Wes's relationship with Eric kicks off the third arc with the Sixth Ranger, and
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
great, and I love it.
They're great characters, man.
Almost as much as I love Jared and Camille, who I'm assuming this is a photo of, because
Yeah, it's Jared Camille.
it's right after he got
Yeah.
unpossessed
Yeah.
by Daishi.
It's surprising to me how well this is done,
It's
honestly.
so good. It's so good. I
Just
love.
like
Okay, hold on.
for something that like couldn't really work that hard, or something that could have gone horribly wrong,
Yeah,
like to
that shouldn't have
differentiate
worked.
between like I love Daishi to I love Jared, and for him to reciprocate in that and save
Yeah,
her life. Like, and that's the thing that tips off Casey to that he might still be human on the
it's
inside.
so
Like,
good.
I think it's well done, very well done.
I think it's incredibly well done. It's
Yeah.
probably the best relationship in Power Rangers for me
It
because
is the
it's not
core
a
of like their, and it is the thing that like brings Jared to the forefront
yeah,
because he's able to like take control because of their feelings for each other.
yeah, yeah. It's important to the story, and it's not a will they won't they garbage. It's a romance that blooms naturally because of the way these characters are written, and I
Yeah.
love it. I also really love Blake and Tori.
Really? I
I
am shocked.
really
Yeah.
Blake is such a good actor though. And
Yeah, he's kind of the best one of the
Tori
bunch. It's fun.
isn't the worst of the
Hmm.
main three
Yeah,
or of the
that's
Rangers
fair.
in general. Uh, we don't have to talk about why I hate Ninja Storm, but the relationship between Blake and Tori, I think, is great.
Yeah.
They play off each other really well. Their material's good, or at least they duped me into thinking it was good.
Hmm. Yeah, the chemistry is strong enough for that.
That's what I'm saying. So I
Okay.
don't
Well,
know if it's strong enough to give it like an S
top tier
tier, like
wholesome.
relationship goal. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to put in
So
bad romance, you can if you want.
he's a villain.
He is a villain. He
Also,
starts out that way for sure.
it counts. That's
Yeah.
what I say. And then we have Udana, and what did I say his name was earlier? I
Uh,
pulled it.
y-
Daggeron.
no,
Oh no,
it's
is it the other one?
Korag.
Korag. Ah man, I'm
Korag.
sorry.
Also Lee and Bo, but
Lianbo. That's the one I was looking
no.
for. Tori's not the best at hiding her accent, but I like Ninja Storm as a season. It has some of the best comedy in all the Power Rangers. It doesn't, though. It's just
There we
bad.
go.
I'm
There we go.
sorry. I'm
Don't
not
get
going
him
to go off.
started.
I was going to
Don't
say,
get him
no,
started.
that's not what the video's about. I
So
don't
for
want to.
Korag and Udana, right?
Yeah.
I
Korag
think
and Udana.
that it's not bad.
I
It's
don't
not
think it's bad.
strong,
It's not
but
great.
it's not bad.
I do think it's kind of forgettable.
I'm well. A lot of the stuff revolving around Nick is kind of forgettable.
A lot of the stuff revolving around the Rangers in Mystic Force is forgettable. That's the problem with the show.
Like this was like a big plot point thing. I think that like raises it a little bit higher than forgettable. I mean, granted, if you want to
Oh,
put it there,
okay.
I'm not gonna
I
fight you on it. If you want to
Korag
put it in forgettable and like leave it there and just kind of like near the top, I'm not gonna fight you on it.
Korag also is a villain, so I would be fine with
With
giving
putting
him
in
the
the bad
bad
romance.
romance for
Okay,
sure.
fair
I'm
enough.
gonna put it at the bottom though. I don't
Okay.
know if that matters.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Because we're gonna move on to the actual good relationship in Mystic Force. Lily and Phineas, because those dudes
I had to
carry the
look
show
this
for
up.
me.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I had to look this up to make sure that they actually dated at the end of the show.
that they actually hook up.
Like they do actually get together, and so it does count. And I think that both of these
I
actors
think
are
so.
great,
Oh, absolutely.
flawless. It's nice that we keep giving Kelson things to do. So I mean, if you want to,
Kelsey
I
and Holly Shanahan play off each other so freaking well, dude. Like Flint and
they have
Camille are one of my
incredible
favorite
chemistry.
parts. Like I don't know why we had to skip from Overdrive. Like we had to skip from Mystic Force to Jungle Fury.
Yeah.
In order to get that again, but it is what it is, and I think it's one of the best parts of Mystic Force, and one of my favorite. One of the reasons I really like Mystic Force a whole lot.
Fair enough. So, if you want to put it up at the very top, I'm not going to fight you on it. I don't think it's that strong, but
I don't
it's
think it's
totally
that
your
strong
call.
either, especially since she actually does start off as a villain. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna put her above Udana and Korag.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
that's fair. That's fair.
Don't actually know if it matters. And this one, yeah.
Dana and Carter. I put this primarily on the list because Dana and Carter were together in the Legendary Battle episode.
So what?
There's a lot of images of them being together. What?
TJ showed up
See,
with Cassie.
I thought about that too, man. But then I remembered the whole thing about Cassie and the Phantom Ranger, and I was like, "Damn it, that is her love interest, isn't it?"
Yeah.
So it's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you want, if you want to put this in pitiful, you can.
I was gonna say I can see it happening, so I don't think it's a toxic attraction. I don't think it's that bad of an idea, but I do think it's it's too generic for me.
I will say that Lightspeed's goal is not this pairing. So if you want to put it at pitiful or forgotten, I'm totally not going to fight you on that.
What do you think? Argue, make your case.
Well, like I said, they're always together. Usually, she recruited him into the team. I'm sure that fic exists somewhere. It's not a stretch for as much time as they spend together on Lightspeed Rescue to when you see them again to be like, they're probably married at this point, right?
That's so I'm not saying
I'm right. I'm right. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is that's so. I almost want to say racist.
Why?
Because just because they're the same age and they show up at the same time wearing vaguely similar looking suits, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no. They got a white picket fence.
If you don't think that fits at least Carter's character, you're not paying attention.
Adorable children.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
He's a military man. He's part of the nuclear family. He loves that shit. Are you kidding me?
Say, he's Triple H.
Yeah.
100%. I got you. I know what you're talking about. That's why I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's racist.
I know you hate Dana. I agree with it. I know. But I think that I think there's enough. Again, I'm not gonna fight you if you want to put it at pitiful. But
I'll concede to forgotten because
okay, fair enough.
Check this out, man. We have had 7 bad relationships, right? Look how many goddamn good relationships we've had. Got 11 in the S tier. We've got 12 in A. God. This is insanity. And you know what? Another one's going to go up there because I think Kimberly and Skull is a great relationship.
I think it's cute for sure. It is absolutely one-sided. I don't think Skull comes off well in those instances at first, and once he moves away from her, I think he starts to get better. So maybe it's more of like a toxic attraction kind of thing. It's not strictly speaking bad. I just think that he becomes so much of a stronger character once they drop that subplot.
And you know what? That's arguably true for Tommy as well. When he ditches Kimberly, he gets more powerful.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. This one's hard.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do Bad Romance? Do you think it counts there?
No. I would concede to a toxic attraction kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because I
agree with
just
you.
don't think he comes off well. Because
No,
that was in like the bullying days, and they're both kind of antagonistic, and like once they move away from all that stuff,
I think
they're
maybe.
better characters for it. I think.
Yeah, exactly. There's better characters that we do this with, so I concede to adding another one to the F tier.
Yeah.
uh, with another one that might join it because I don't remember Preston Gets a Girlfriend.
Yeah, it's funny because you called it that when we reviewed the episode.
Well, I mean, you know,
Preston Gets a Girlfriend.
Ethan, a bully for Ethan.
No, so what do you think about this?
First of all, I don't remember it at all. Second of all,
I
Preston.
will say I don't remember it much either. Like I had to like look it up and be like, oh, she was in like more than the one episode because I could only remember the one episode. And then I remember the moment where like she got introduced to school and she wanted Preston
Oh,
to give her a tour, and then he couldn't do
yeah.
it because of Ranger, and then so Victor came in and was like, I can give you a tour,
Wait,
Gaston bastard.
that was that was this whole thing about Ninja Steel, but we're not here to talk about that. I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
No, I'm just saying.
I hate Preston because of Ninja Steel a lot, but like
Yeah, he did make the wrong choice for sure.
that shouldn't downplay the relationship. At least not for this list. I
So
will
what do you
say
think?
I'm kind of leaning towards forgettable because I don't remember it
Yeah,
a whole lot.
that's fair. I was going to say forgettable or pitiful because it's just not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
See,
any staying power whatsoever.
I was hovering between the two as well, but I don't see a reason to give it the pass for forgettable. If we're both hovering between the two, if it's between for being forgotten and being pitiful, I think it might
I think it's pitiful.
I think it might push it towards the edge.
That's fair. I'll agree with that.
All right. Well, we're gonna give this one the D.
Yeah, the D.
This one's gonna
Give
get
it
a
the
much,
D.
much, much more a much better fight because Zane and Astronema
Yeah.
are really, really good together. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to them.
Yeah. We kind of dropped the whole. Well, I mean, we kind of dropped the whole thing. Is to be fair, Zane's not the strongest character.
I was gonna say he's not great. He's not acted super well,
Especially like compared to Astronemo, who's like incredibly layered, and we did a lot of stuff with. Like,
yeah.
So what do you think? Bad Romance?
Yeah,
Or
because
is it
it's not
forgotten?
forgettable.
No, it's not.
I
It's one of the
really
more
don't think it
memorable
is.
parts of space.
Exactly, and it's a parallel to Andros and Ashley, so I think it's pretty. I think it's fine, but I do think they don't commit fully to the idea, and that's ultimately the problem with it, and that's why
Yeah.
it's not gonna go all the way to the top, but it's gonna be better than Udana, better than Zoe, probably better than Kim's, or better than yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm going. All right. Yeah, that's probably it. We're gonna
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good little puzzle that I put together here. I
I
don't know
agree with you.
why.
I agree with you.
All
I'm not
right.
gonna fight you on that.
Oh man, see, this is my favorite part of Dino Charge and
Yeah,
Supercharge.
it's really, really well done.
It's so good. It
So
highlights
much.
everything that Chase works on throughout because they do the thing. They do the thing that you wanted. You're like, I've been waiting this scene for 5 years. They know they do it. Like Kaylee,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the name. Kaylee and Chase have that will they won't they thing for like an episode, and then they go on a date, and then he like shows interests in her interests. Like it's so well put together.
Yeah, it is the closest thing we got to like a Spider-Man thing on this show.
Yeah, dude. Oh man,
And I think they knock it out of the park. Honestly, it's really good.
1,000%, and it highlights everything that like he works on to become a better character. Sorry, I hit my mic.
Absolutely, no, it makes him stronger. I agree with that.
Oh yeah, it's so cool, and like it makes Jim Davies more likable as a character. Like Kaylee and Chloe are what make Chase develop as a character. His relationships, and like that's kind of the Dino Charge formula. even though like arguably not all of the Rangers get a whole lot to do. Everybody kind of gets something to do, you know.
Yeah.
I think they did the best they could given the circumstances. But the point is, Kaylee and Chase are going way high on the list, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's better than Jared and Camille. I'm going to
I
high.
will say just because they don't, it's left as a question mark as to whether or not it ends well. For me, that's probably why I would kind of give it a little, Jared and Camille a little bit more leeway.
Okay. All right. What a shoot. This one's gonna be hard. I do think it's
Yeah,
better
I know.
than this.
Yeah.
I think this is better than that. It's getting harder.
I know. That's fine.
I am tempted to give I'm giving Ziggy and Dr. K a little bit of leeway over Calvin and Haley because they do the mentor thing properly.
Yeah, fair.
Andros and Ashley are gonna go above Cassidy and Devin. I will do this. Okay. And oh man, shit. I'm sorry. Zane
Yeah, that's
is a
fine.
foil off of Andros, while Andros is very introverted. Zane was out extroverted mainly due to the fact that he was in a coma for 2 years. Sure. I guess.
I agree with that. I agree with that as like a on paper thing. I just don't know if like he's not one of the stronger silvers. I'll say that. And granted, the pool is low as we recently found out. So
I really want to put Wes. I'm going to put Wes and Jen above Jared and Camille.
I think it might be better than Kim and Tommy.
Yeah. Honest. Okay. All right. I'm okay with that.
All right.
And you know what though? Ugh. It's not fair because we haven't seen all of Dino Fury.
I know. I had the same thought you did.
What we get from Izzy and Fern is so freaking good. I am putting it above Kim and Tommy right now.
All right, fair enough.
Because there are so many.
I will say though, the prom episode was really fucking strong.
Okay, so what do you think of this little arraignment here?
I think it's good.
Left to right.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I like how it looks.
Well, we'll move on. Let's see. The Forgotten, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I don't think those two matter yet either. Oh, we have a duplicate. Sorry.
Yeah, we have duplicate.
I didn't realize that I had that on there. But
yeah, you have a couple duplicates.
Eric. We sure do. Eric and Taylor.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
The first crossover ship. It's like a thing that is leaned in heavily during the Wild Force, Time Force crossover episodes.
I mean,
it's a big thing. It's a really big thing.
No. I'm just looking at it from an audience perspective. I don't think that Eric is the best Time Force Ranger. It's Jen. Shut up.
That's not okay. Fine. Whatever.
It's not bad. No, she's just in the same show, and she's the actual leader.
No, I know. I'm just saying that like he's not that far off. He's not like compared to like half of the team.
But I don't think he's the best character.
But I mean, to go from like the antagonistic relationship with Taylor, and then to build off the relationship, and he gives her that like conversation about the Q-Rex blaster and things like that. Like I think that stuff is cute. Like there's enough here, honestly. It's not as strong as like. Well, I mean, maybe it is about as strong, but I think it's good, honestly.
About as strong as what?
We'll talk about it later. Or no, I think we did bring it up already. No, it's fine.
Give me the season. I'll kill you.
So what do you think?
I'm looking here.
Because I don't think it's forgotten.
No,
I think, like I said, I think it's fairly strong, if I'm being honest. So.
Okay, I will give you B tier, and we'll put it Uh,
And
I'm
we're gonna
gonna
need to do
put
some
it.
reorganizing.
Yeah. This is the point that we've gotten to with this garbage. We're gonna do a 30-minute tier list of every relationship.
That's what
I'm
you
such an
said. That's not what.
idiot.
That wasn't what I said. Yeah.
I just said that. God,
It's fine. It's fine. We're almost done. It's okay. We can reorganize them
we
later.
can
It's
do
okay.
this. No, I'm gonna go ahead and rank them. I'm ranking. I'm gonna rank them right here.
Yeah. Okay. I think they're stronger
Uh,
than Zoe and Nate, but either way,
you think so? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I was hovering between the idea, but they're not as strong as Kira and Trey. Not at all.
Yeah, it is. It is effectively just like the two-parter, and the only reason I put it on the list is because like it is. It is that strong. Like I didn't want to use like two-parters. I kind of disqualified them as being just one episode, but it is
Sure.
also like a crossover ship. So like this is never going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the one
Okay,
exception
cool.
for sure. But
So
we can.
now we're at probably the most hated relationship in Power Rangers. We got Jake and Gia.
Mm.
Yeah,
Gia doesn't come off well with this. I will say.
I
I
agree
like
with you.
Sierra Hannah a lot more when she doesn't have to do this stuff.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Because when
hate.
she was pulled away from Megaforce, like she comes alive as more of a character. Like you can actually see what she's going for,
I'm way
outside of
off.
being just the stoic blonde.
That's what I'm
I
saying. Like
I just think
I don't hate
it does bad
her
for her character,
character.
honestly. So
And I loved their little moment that they got in that one episode of Megaforce that we randomly watched after a
yeah,
terrible. And
I
you went into that episode talking about this is gonna suck, and I watched the
yeah,
episode. I
I
was like,
know,
what's wrong with what just
yeah.
happened here?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I remember the one negative thing I said about the episode, and I was like, I don't think I like this. But no, you're right. It's pretty strong. I will say, like, they do kind of fumble the bag near the end. Like,
I do.
this could have been something if they'd have just built on it, but they just don't.
No, I
And
agree.
I think it has a negative impact on Gia as a character because she is kind of portrayed as like this tease, especially when she teases Noah in Jake's body. Like, it's a whole thing, weird dynamic sort of deal. So, I mean, for that, it might be toxic, if I'm being honest.
Really, you think it's F tier?
I think it might be.
I
You can put it in pitiful if you want, but I think it's F tier.
I think what you said. I think Sierra Hannah and Azim Risk are both really good at their
They're good
characters,
actors, yeah.
and they give everything that they can to
Yeah.
this idea, but the material that they're given is just bad. So I don't want to call it toxic. I do think it's just bad writing, and that's pitiful to me. Like
Okay,
I
fair
pity
enough.
the fool who doesn't write their episode well. So I think
Yeah.
giving it to the pitiful and
I will say
now that we have to
it's a little
rearrange.
bit better. It's a little bit
Rearrange.
better than Mike and Emily just because I remember it
Okay, yeah, I was
to
gonna
be like
say that
a lot stronger of a thing.
we're at the point now where we have to start ranking these around, and I think that's gonna be there. This
Yeah.
one's gonna be here. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
can work
move
with that.
that there only because Mike and Emily had 2 seasons to try to build
Yeah.
something, and they did nothing.
Yeah, fair. That's
At
fair
the
enough.
end of the episode, they hold hands. Or at the end of the season, they hold hands. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. Anyway, now we've got Maddie and Nick.
What do you think? Pitiful or
I think
forgotten?
yeah, I think it's gonna be forgotten for me because
Yeah.
I don't care about anything that
Yeah.
the Rangers are doing while watching Mystic Force, and
Yeah.
that's sad. uh but I hesitate to call it pitiful only because I don't remember that much about it. Like that seems unfair to me.
Well, to be fair, they do not build on it well.
No,
It's kind of a thing that
no,
they kind of bring up here and there. She like it. Neither one of them
nope.
give any kind of indication that this is going to be a strong ship. It's just kind of like a I like you kind of thing. It's weird,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I
So
agree
we
with
can.
you. I think putting it in Forgotten is fair enough for Mystic Force because that's really all it is. It's boring and forgettable as Mystic Force, but it's not piss you off infuriating like a whole lot of this other stuff. But we're not here to talk about those. We're here to talk about the relationship. Sorry about the duplicates that we have on the screen, but we did this in kind of a rush. So
it's okay.
We got Dominic and Fran from Jungle Fury, which the only time we talk negatively about Jungle Fury is when Dominic is involved. Period.
His introduction is not great.
Is wild because I watched the first couple episodes of Daredevil recently because I really want to
that
watch
show's
it again.
so good.
It's so
Me too.
It's so good. But no, we
gotta get ready for Born Again, man.
Jungle Fury. Shut up. And so
I got you.
So back to Jungle Fury. Fran is one of the best characters ever, dude.
Yeah.
She's a great comic relief character, and she makes a great sidekick for the Rangers. I guess that's how would you describe Alpha? Is he a sidekick?
Technical advisor. So yeah, sidekick. Sidekicks are
good. Yeah, he's the council or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't.
She does well in filling that like Haley or role from like Dino
But
Thunder.
again, I think their relationship blossoms really, really well. So like for the
That's
sake of
the thing. Like I don't know. I really don't know about this. Like
it's not Forgotten. I'm just putting it here as a placeholder. Hold on. Okay, so we're definitely talking about moving it up. Like all the way up. Because man, it's so good. Dominic and Fran's relationship makes Dominic tolerable.
Yeah. But she is the reason that he joins the team.
Yeah. But you mean Anne?
So no, I know what I said.
Oh,
like,
really?
Like, do you hold it against her? Like, is it a little bit of a thing of like, because she likes this guy, he's going to be on the team, and he's not particularly strong compared to everybody else, or likable, I should say.
Is that not what we've done before?
Maybe. I don't know. We can leave it at bad romance if you want.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's better than that.
Really? I don't.
Where would you put it in this little array that we've organized here, that I've organized for your viewing pleasure?
I would say that
I think it's better than Wes and Jen, only because again they meet each other.
I don't think it's better than Wes and Jen. There's no way in hell that it's better than Wes and Jen.
Not Wes and Jen. Jen and Alex. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, right. I would say it's probably closer to that.
I think it's better than that. I think it's better than Ravi and Roxy.
I was thinking that too. It might be better than Ravi and Roxy.
I'm telling you. So does that move Ravi and Roxy down, or does that put?
I think it moves Ravi and Roxy down.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I will switch them in that case. I'm going to put Dominic and Fran in the Ranger relationship. Hold on. How many do we have? 51 divided by 5, so we get 10 categories each. Okay. That means that we have to, or that means that we should. We have 59, I guess.
Yeah, 58
relationships. 58 relationships or some such. So I think limiting them to 11 or 12 is probably the good move.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we're gonna have to move a lot of these down.
You think so?
You don't think? I mean, I guess we'll have to do it as it happens. But like, I'm comfortable having 12 in the top tier.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, cool. All right, but so that said, I will move Robbie and Roxy down and replace them with Dominic and Fran just for now.
Yeah.
If it affects the relationship that bad, or if it reflects the tier list that badly, then yeah, We're saying it's better than Ravi and Roxy. Is it better than Danny and what's her name? For Emily.
Kendall.
Kendall, damn it. I was like, we just talked about it. God damn it.
I know. It's fine. It's been a while.
So what do you think? I think just on that note, it's better than that. It's better than Kruger and his wife. I don't know her name.
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
Oh, really? Is that the line? Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
I think that's the line.
Cool with giving the buffer of Danny and Kendall right there. Okay. So that leaves the question, like, we have 15 bad romances.
Yeah, I think we can move Machina and Mondo down.
Oh, yeah. Those 4, you think?
I think you can move King Machina, King Mondo, Queen Machina.
Did we do this one?
Which one?
We organized this tier, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool. So yeah, by just in fairness of having 12 in the first one, 12 in this one, I think we should move down Blake and Tori, Lily and Phineas, and Korag and Udana.
Okay.
I guarantee that Mondo is going to move down 1,000%.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You can guarantee that it's going to happen. Okay, so we'll put this one here. This is the one that I'm not sure that we ranked this one yet, or that we organized this one. Yeah, I told it. I said it didn't matter.
Yeah, you said we didn't have to worry about it. It's fine.
Turns out just a little bit that I was wrong.
Just a little bit.
No, I don't think so. And it evens out. So I'm fine with that. That sounds good to me, man. There are a lot of really good romances is what we're learning today. All right. Next up is one I think is probably going to fit into the forgettable tab. Just it might be.
Sorry, I'm back.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm okay.
One day we will get through one of these without one of us.
Sorry.
With both of us making it to the finish line. It's all right. We're very close. We only have like 12 left or some such nonsense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12 left. Where do you think Lucas and Nadira fall? I'm thinking bad romance because I don't think they're forgettable.
I think it's very cute, honestly. Like the fact that they ended up together was kind of like a neat moment, I think.
See, and this is the moment where Mondo falls out. I do think it's better. See, I think it might be better than the Decker and what's her name?
Dayu? I think you're right about that, actually.
And because of the backstory stuff that you gave on the Phantom Ranger and Cassie, I will concede to your point. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Just straight up. That's on me. So that's going to move Mondo into forgettable territory. Oh.
Where'd he go? Oh.
There we go. I fixed it. Shut up.
Okay.
And that's going to actually move Nick and Maddie.
To, that's fair.
Pitiful. Yeah. That's fine. Sorry. All right, here we go. Theo and Lily. I am a little bit bummed that they never actually pulled the trigger, that they wait until the end of the show.
Well, it is like I said, will they, won't they? Which is the thing that we always do. So
I know, but that's the thing. Like, that's why Dominic and Fran are A tier for me.
Interesting. I mean, they do get together at the end, though, to Theo and Lily.
At the end, but like Dominic and Fran have moments throughout the season, like when they meet, it's very obvious where this is going with them.
Yeah, but I mean, it still was a nice moment when he came in at the end and gave her the plane ticket and was like, "We're going to travel the world together." But I don't know if it's necessarily better than Theo and Lily. So that's all I'm saying.
I think Theo and Lily a lot of the time are handled really, really well, especially with like Lily's relationship with Casey and how Theo views it versus how it actually is. Like that's such a great storytelling aspect for me. I love it so much. But again, they never have that. They don't have that conversation until the very end. It's the last thing that happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters that we pair out at the end, though, for Jungle Fury, especially because like we paired off Dominic and Fran, we paired off Camille and Jared, we paired off Theo and Lily. So I mean, it's just kind of like the way the show is structured.
Oh, don't give me that. A lot of relationships happen at the same time.
I'm just saying, man, like it brings finality to their characters. So
that's why
I mean,
Megaforce has 2 different romances, quote unquote, on this list. But
sorry,
I don't think they commit fully to the idea. That's all I'm saying. I love Jungle Fury, and Theo and Lily's relationship is one of my favorites of all time in Power Rangers. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's forgettable, but I don't think it's necessarily A tier.
That's just that's fair. We can put it at the B tier if you want.
I definitely just think Bad Romance is a much better fit, and now we have to figure out where
reshuffle things again. Yeah.
That's where we're at. I think
it's stronger than Zoe and Nate.
I do. I think it's better than Ravi and Roxy.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that, actually.
But I don't think Ravi and Roxy is better than.
It's fine. We can just put them in tiers. Like we don't have to actually like order these in terms of like ranking importance.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine. There's just too many of them.
I know. There's a lot. There's 58. It's fine.
So, is there anything you want to put back? I think Tori and Blake are better than Forgettable. I think Lily and Phineas are better than Forgettable.
Okay.
I will give you the Machine Empire just in general.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of like where this is going. So.
Oh, it's Sledge and Poisandra.
Yeah, look at that wedding photo, huh?
Oh, yeah. No, this is a great thumbnail. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's so cool. I love Poisandra and Sledge's relationship. It's
really good.
It is only because Ninja Steel sucked so hard that as soon as they came in, the show got 1,000 times better.
Yeah. There's a lot of building block stuff, honestly.
I'm honestly tempted to put it all the way at the top.
Yeah, it is weirdly wholesome in a way, man.
Right? Like, because it's it's comedic based. Like, yeah, Sledge lies to Poisandra a lot, but in a I really like your cooking kind of way. It's never like I'm gonna be working late and he's sleeping with his secretary. It's nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's not malintent. It's just he thinks she's dumb, and she's not. I like him.
Well, she's one-track minded for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I think
she's a little goofy, but like
you're one of the stronger villain pairings for sure.
Where do you think it falls? I really am tempted to push it all the way to the top, but if you want to put it in Bad Romance,
I mean, it's a pretty it's a leaderboard thing. To be honest, like it does have a kind of weirdly wholesome energy, kind of a little bit more than Zed and Rita do, if I'm being honest. Just because of the whole love potion thing.
You're right. Yeah.
So I think putting him at the top actually makes sense.
I agree with you. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Man, there are a lot of really good relationships in Power Rangers.
Yeah, dude.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody who's watching, if anybody's watching still. Because this is taking way longer than either of us thought it was going to.
I know. It's fun.
Speaking of Zed and Rita, they're up next. The love thing is definitely going to drive it into a toxic kind of thing.
I think you got to B tier it, honestly.
You think?
It's like leaderboard top tier, honestly. Because they do kind of get into like this weird like married couple sitcom shenanigans area.
They do the married with children thing. I get that, and it's fun to watch. But what you said, she drugged him to
Yeah,
make him
yeah,
compliant to her garbage. So
yeah.
like that drags it down quite a bit for me. Like it's
Really? Yeah,
it's not a natural thing the same way Sledge and Poisandra are.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
That's fair.
fun. So
I can give you
the
that one.
highest I'm going to give you is pitiful pairings
Interesting.
because it's
Okay, I mean,
not
if you want to put
forgettable.
it, if you want to put it at toxic, you can.
I don't think it's. I do think it's toxic, honestly. But
Yeah,
like again, it's so much fun, and the only reason they do it is because it's fun. Like they need Zed to be watered down, and the best way to do that is to do the married with children thing.
yeah,
Ow!
yeah. But
It's
they got
just
like pet names
annoying,
for each other. Yeah,
right?
I suppose.
Just the basis
Well,
of it.
I didn't think that this conversation was going to go this way, but it's alright. We can put
I
it pitiful
love
if you want.
I love Zed and Rita, especially together. But like when you look at the relationship as a whole, and it starts with she poisons that guy because he throws her in a dumpster. That's the first thing that
Yeah,
happens when he
that's
comes
a good
back.
point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So like for a Valentine's Day list where we're looking at the relationship, I think it's not good.
Okay, okay, okay.
This
We
is the
can put it
bad
pitiful if you
part.
want.
Do you think it
We can
gets a
put it
pass
pitiful if you
because
want.
no, we're this is a conversational platform. Do you think it gets a fuck you? Do you think it gets a pass because they're villains?
um,
It can't be maliciously intent because
I
that's
well,
their
I
villain.
given what we're going to talk about later, like I don't think this is toxic. Like we're going to talk about something later that is toxic, and we'll worry about that when we get there.
Okay.
But I don't think I don't think you can give it a pass just because they're villains because it
Okay.
was like an evil plan that worked out for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Ninja Steel. God.
Now
All
I will
right.
say when Zed comes back in Dino Fury and like you can see how he's not handling the divorce well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that that's fun. But like I agree with you that like him
Yeah.
being with her does kind of water him down to a point of like being almost a comedy character, and that's a not good. So I mean, wherever you
Language.
want to put it, man,
And they are iconic. I am sorry. Who are we
they
talking about?
are in fact iconic. Zed and Rita.
I have a language problem, and they are iconic. That's not what we're disputing here. We're talking about the relationship,
Yeah,
and he didn't want anything to do with her.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean I can kind of concede to your point. It might be pitiful
I think it's a pitiful
leading
pairing.
into
Yeah,
toxic.
it's almost a toxic type of thing, but because they are the icon, I mean, she didn't put a spell on him. What?
No, it was a love potion thing.
It was a love potion. That's what happened.
Yeah, that is what happened. He was getting his tubes lubricated or whatever the fuck, and she
Yeah,
put the love
language.
potion in there. I know. Sorry, my bad. My bad. I've
I
been
know.
too lax on this show.
We
It's okay.
Yeah, we gave up on not swearing on this show a while ago, but either
Yeah.
way, I think looking at the relationship just as a whole, as an
Yeah.
individual thing, and without the nostalgia goggles, because man, it is so much fun to watch. I will
It is fun. It is
I will
fun.
say it until I'm blue in the face. Mighty Morphin has a lot of stuff to like about it, and Zed and Rita is one of the things to like about it. Unless you're
Yeah.
talking about how they're together.
I mean, that's kind of fair. Still technically a love spell, and they have a kid together. That's true. They do have a son.
They do, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the married with children thing. It's in the
Yeah.
title.
They
So
do kind
moving
of
on.
settle in to be together, you know, when she just gives up being evil or trying to take over the world to be with him. And they
Yeah.
dance together after the Z waves. I mean,
Yeah, there is I don't know. I think that might be just like a timing thing because how long into we're getting off topic. Okay, hold on. uh how long into MMPR did that happen? Like when did she put the spell on it? It was after the makeover?
yeah, it was after the makeover.
So in season 3?
No.
Was that
Well, no,
mid-season two?
it had to have been season 3 because season 3 was the marriage. So yeah, that's how they
Right.
open. Yeah, so you're right.
Okay, cool.
Because like that's the first thing that happens when they get
Oh my
together
God,
is that they
he'd
get
been
married.
under her spell for like 3 or 4 years,
Yeah. Well, I think because like
and like in
Goldar like gets rid of the spell and he still wants to be with her.
an Annie Wilkes kind of way. It's a little horrifying. Speaking of, if you haven't read
Just a
that
little
book, it's
bit.
pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting
Just
off topic.
we're getting off topic again. Anyway,
Yeah,
moving
it's
on.
okay.
I
It's
do
okay.
think it's a pitiful pairing kind of thing for Zed and Rita, and I think I talked about why pretty good.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but I mean, I think that I would have said bad romance leaderboard, but I mean,
It is a lot of fun, and I guess I can kind of forgive it because it's a kids show,
yeah. I will
from the
say, like
90s.
your point about him being more intimidating and stronger without her is valid. Like
Especially in
that.
Dino Fury. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, it's
Okay,
whatever you want to do, man.
I don't want to put it in forgettable because it's not.
I don't think it's forgettable either.
It's a huge character point for those two. Is there no good
There's a
couple, but definitely needs counseling? Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Uh so I if they need counseling, that leans into negative. That means it's not a good relationship.
they're not gonna get counseling. They're
I
either
don't
just.
know.
I mean, they're sharing a bed. That's a good thing.
I hope Rita comes back. That's my whole thing. I really want
Spoilers.
I really yeah, I know. We're what, 5 episodes into Dino Fury? We'll probably get a
Yeah,
couple
we're
more in
about 5
tonight.
episodes.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
awesome right after we're done
yeah.
with this.
Well,
Because we're
yeah,
almost done, I swear to God. We have Summer and Dylan up next.
yeah. What do you think?
I like them. I don't think
Yeah,
they're top tier, but I do think that their relationship is built pretty good in RPM. RPM is such a weird show for me, but like, and I'm gonna stop right there because we're not gonna talk about, and we'll
yeah.
talk
Fair
about
enough.
another. We already talked about one really good, one really well developed relationship in RPM.
Hmm.
I think it was. I think it's fair to put it in Bad Romance because he was made out of evil.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think it's one of the
Because I
stronger
don't.
ones. I mean, I would say that it's. I
That's
mean,
what I was
yeah. To
gonna
your
say.
point, it's kind of like a mid tier for the show, honestly.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Because there are 3 relationships on RPM. They got a great one, an okay one, and then a bad one. And we'll get to the bad one in a minute. But
yeah.
I don't think Dylan and Summer are bad, especially the
No,
actors themselves. So I'm going with Bad Romance on that one, just a B tier, and
yeah,
I'm sticking with it. Oh snap! All right, we have Tyler and Shelby. This one is gonna be a fight.
yeah. You think so?
A little. Okay, hold on. First of all, it's
Uh,
not. It's not lower than that.
that's fair. I'll agree with you on that. It's not
Okay,
forgettable. I think
but
that they are cute together, but again,
yeah,
that the way that they decide to it's execution. That is what it is. It's an
yeah.
execution problem more than it is
Oh
anything
yeah.
else. There's not a
I
problem with the chemistry, not a problem with the writing. Well, a little bit problem with the writing, but
oh,
as far as like the way they decide to execute this idea, it could have been way better than it was. I think that like Robbie and Roxy is a better portrayal of what they could have been.
wow. Okay.
So I mean, I'm kind of comfortable with leaving them in bad romance. If I'm being honest.
Okay. All right. I was thinking the same thing because I do think that Chase and Kaylee are the stronger relationship overall in the show.
Hell yes, they
I'm
are.
telling you, dude.
But that's because
Man,
it was consistency for sure.
exactly. All right. Next. Okay. First of all, that last conversation went way smoother than I thought I was going to. I thought you were going to push for Tyler. No, dude, they're the power couple. Did we not say? They need couples
Yeah,
counseling. Yeah, I'm telling
it's
you.
okay.
Tommy and Kat. Oh,
The
Kat.
end game. What turned out to be end game? What do you think?
Um,
They are
I
married and they have a kid. Just
I
putting
was
that
gonna
out there.
say they are in an established relationship that they establish in this show. So the sheer longevity is
Yeah.
outstanding. It's ridiculous.
Do you think the whole spell Rita thing makes them a stronger couple? Is that why they stay together?
Oh my god,
Is that they're
that's her
able to
main.
relate to each other?
That's her main villain power is to make people fall in love. Oh my
No, no,
god.
no. I'm just saying that like for because they both can relate to each other in that way. I got put under a spell by Rita.
Uh,
I also got put under a spell by Rita.
oh,
Is that why you think that this lasted longer than Tommy and Kim did?
they trauma bonded over their shared experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think there's something to that.
Oh yeah. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
So I think it's good, but I don't think it's great. I don't think it's
Yeah,
Tommy and Kim levels of good, but
yeah.
it's pretty good.
I will say Kat does come off as like the second prize winner
A little bit.
for that. And it's unfortunate because she does end up with him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough.
They
It's tough for
were
sure.
like soulmates, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't get that deep in Power Rangers, man.
I agree. I just wanted to float that out there that they probably did trauma bond over
Okay.
shared experience.
Oh, this one's fun. The one with
Yeah,
Joel and
and
Miss
Miss
Morgan.
Fairweather.
Miss Fairweather. Sorry
Miss
to
Morgan
everybody.
doesn't have a ship. I checked.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I mm, I
So
don't hate it.
yeah, I will say it does the chase thing where it does a lot for Joel's development as a character.
It kind of falls
And
into
it is the primary like focus as far as shipping is concerned for Lightspeed Rescue.
right, exactly. It's our main ship for Lightspeed,
Yeah.
but it's kind of forgettable for me. As like I can pull most of these, and like we started with a
Mm.
bunch of forgettable seasons just automatically,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Joel and Misfit, and I talked about how good Ziggy and Dr. K are doing the mentor
Hmm.
thing. This kind of takes it a step further by because she's like the sidekick for this season.
Yeah.
Captain Mitchell is the mentor. He's
Yeah,
in
I
charge
agree.
of all the everything.
So what do you think?
Ah, I
Is it a
don't know.
lower tier bad romance or is it a high tier forgettable for you?
I don't care for Lightspeed Rescue, so I don't know if it's fair
I know you
for
don't.
me to make the decision. I should probably lean on you for this one.
I
What
would
do
say it's a
you?
low tier bad romance, honestly. Like it's not particularly memorable or like that strong. It's not like one of the things that I'm like, oh, because like I like Lightspeed Rescue. This is not the reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right. I will concede to that point, especially since I already put Dana and Carter in forgettable.
forgettable. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I agree with you on that one.
All right. Speaking of forgettable, Gemma and Flynn.
Yeah. This one I
This is
had
the
to
head
dig
scratcher.
pretty deep to see if there was enough for this to be a ship.
Where did you find? Where did you do in your research?
Well, according to the
Investigator?
wiki, it is saying that like that she did write about him in her diary.
The diary she
That's
pulled out of thin air.
that's justification enough. I will say, like based on how different she acts when we see her again in Ninja Steel, I'm not exactly sure if
Okay.
they're still together or if they even started a relationship or how that went. So,
Yeah.
but that's kind of where we are.
I mean, I guess they still work together. It's hard for Flynn, I think, to walk away from being a Power Ranger. Like his dad's
Yeah, for
super proud of
sure.
him.
Yeah,
He's a hero by nature.
yeah, I agree
So,
with that.
where would you put it? On like a
I
really high forgettable?
Yeah, it's kind of one note, honestly. So I would put it probably pretty high forgettable.
All right, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, that was the wrong one. That is so.
Yeah. Be careful. Be careful.
No, it's fine. I got this. Okay, this one is going to be interesting, Adam and Tanya.
I put this on the list because it is kind of a love triangle thing with Sean, Tanya, and Adam.
Right. I don't know. This one's tricky for me because they never fully commit to the idea. Once again,
Yeah,
like
they never pull the trigger. This was one of those things that like the writer knew, but they just didn't go full tilt with it. And so it was kind of like a start and stop thing. They started to do something, and it almost came to fruition, but at the last moment, they just kind of left it dangling there.
It's almost as bad as the Tyler and Kelly thing.
I almost left it off the list because it is more of a fan pairing than I think it is like an actual show thing. Right. But I do think that there's like barely enough there. So what do you think?
It. I really want to throw it into pitiful because it just makes me feel bad. Like I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I just
that's fair. I would put it in pitiful also. I'm being honest. So.
All right, that's cool. We can collaborate on this show. Next we have
for sure.
Rock and Metal Alice.
And Metal Alice, toxic. The definition of a toxic relationship on this show.
1,000%. That there is no question for me, bro.
Yeah. She builds on this like whole thing about like I love you and he is just using her. There is no better definition of toxic in this show. And that's how it is.
Leaves her when she dies.
Yeah, dude, it's rough, man.
It
made the Rangers go, damn, you're fucking terrible, man.
You're the worst language also, Nick.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
The audience. And we are down to the last one. Like once again, I'm really sorry for the duplicates that we have on here.
Yeah.
But now we have Zach and his girlfriend.
Angela,
I have no idea.
Yeah. This one is good. I don't think they're good together, to be honest with you. But he is a consistent girlfriend, or she is a consistent girlfriend for Zach. It was a thing that we kind of built on, but I will say it's not as like in comparing it to the other big ship, which was Tommy and Kim. This is not that. She is constantly like berating him, and he gains favor with her by bribing her. So it's not a good.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking like a toxic kind of thing.
It's closer to toxic than I would say anything else. I think it's more of a pitiful pairing thing. But if you think it's a little over the edge,
it sounds
too toxic. That's totally your call.
I don't remember anything about it, but the way you describe it, it's like it sounds like these people are actually bad for each other.
Yeah, they're not good together. It's a thing. It's a weird, bizarre like thing. Like, cause she dumps him initially because he abandons her at the movies to fight a monster, and then he gets her back by bribing her with a fucking language.
Come on, man.
He's bribing her with a pearl that ends up being like from Zed and Rita. It's just a whole big deal, honestly. So
I agree.
I don't know. I would like compared to the last like relationship we actually talked about. Like I don't think it's that bad, but they are not good together.
Well, I mean, Brock's a villain, so he can get away with it, but like. Zach should be better. Yeah, exactly. Zach should be better than that. So I think pushing it into toxic is actually fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's our ranking. There were only 6 couples in Power Rangers history that were actually like toxic. We had so many that went all the way with like look at that.
Yeah.
19 B tier, 13 A tier, and I think I do think Wes and Jen might be the best relationship. Izzy
it's
and
so strong,
Vern
dude.
are are really close, and I loved the last episode that we saw with them.
It was really good. Yeah, it was really good.
With the tuxedo. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I do think it's better than Tommy and Kim. Jared and Camille, man, they're great for what they are, but I do think that the fact that the other three are Ranger pairings kind of sets them apart.
That's fair. I mean, but it is like the strongest ranking villain pairing that we have.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Kaylee and Chase, like Kaylee makes Chase a better character throughout the show. That's just a fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is a fact.
Makes Dr. K more human throughout the show. That is a fact. Calvin and Haley
that's
are
true.
two Rangers, but they're the best part of a terrible show.
Yeah,
Andros and Ashley, their relationship is nice, but the will they won't they thing I think drags it down just a little bit. Cassidy and Devin are really good, but neither of them are the Rangers, so we shouldn't really care about them, even though we absolutely do. Kruger and what's her name?
Isinia.
Yeah.
He says it all the time. I don't know how you forget that.
Because I've seen Jungle Fury so many times.
So have I, dude. I've watched that show a regrettable amount of times, if I'm being honest.
Dominic and Fran are great. I love their relationship.
I mean, you're higher on that than I am, man. I think we should have gotten it lower, but
they don't. Will they? Won't they? They go into a relationship.
It's a semi-toxic relationship. Just saying.
Well, Dominic is a semi-toxic character. Then there's Kendall and Danny, who I didn't remember either of their names, but at least one of them's a Ranger. That's the main thing. And then Poisandra and Sledge are fantastic, dude. I love everything about them.
They're really good.
Anyway, and for the six that were the worst, I'm gonna skip all the way to the end for this one. We got Zach and his girlfriend. What'd you say her name was?
Angela.
Yeah. Angela. Oh, don't get pissed at me like I'm supposed to remember. It's a bad episode. We already discussed this.
Several. I get you.
We got Emma and Troy in their made-up relationship. Tanya and John.
Make her sound crazy. Tanya and Sean.
Tanya and John.
Yeah. Which again, he's an asshole.
I was going to say, terrible person. Language.
Yeah. Sorry.
Divatox and Malgor.
Yeah, that is kind of like that's a parasitic relationship.
Yeah, 1,000%. And then Skull and Kimberly, which while I do think it's fun to watch, it does come off as really just misogynistic, and it's supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Tommy and Jason, even Billy, like they have chivalry.
Yeah.
Zach too. I'm not leaving him out. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then the most toxic of the toxic relationships probably is going to be Vrock and Metal Alice. So it's pretty awesome how we had like 3 times the amount
of good pairings. I gotta be honest with you. I expected like the Forgotten to be so much more filled than it ended up being.
Oh, absolutely. And we're not missing anything important, says I.
No, I don't think so.
So, yeah, that was our tier list. This is our tier list, I guess. What happens if I hit the submit or save or download? Okay, well,
I was just going to take a picture of it for us to use in perpetuity.
Cool. Well, this was fun. I hope everybody out there has a happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Please leave us a comment and let us know what you think the best relationship in Power Rangers is. And
absolutely.
Why is it Wes and Jen? Let us know. And what's the worst one? Yeah. I do think there are a couple of these that people might throw on the worst list.
Yeah. You guys can definitely search for this or give us a comment with your list. Who you think the best and the worst is. It's a fun time, honestly. This was great.
I was going to say, I'm really excited that the audience is back and we can chat with those guys again. I'm going to go ahead. There we go.
Sure.
And we're back.
But this will end this installment of the Power Chamber Podcast. I'm Nick, aka Iron Vet 1993. and may the power chamber protect you.
This was fun.